Winston-Salem. Is that right? Has God done anything in anybody's life here so far? It's so great to be here with you now. I got to just flying this morning. I was in Minneapolis last night. I left this morning because there's another part of the fire going on there right now with thousands of other kids, young people getting saved last night, committing their life to Christ, asking God to capture their heart. Isn't it cool to know that you're part of a generation where thousands of young people this weekend and every weekend throughout the springtime are connecting with God, worshiping their faces off, and just saying, I don't care what anybody thinks of me, I think Jesus is the best. Isn't that pretty cool? We have a great afternoon time for you. Now, I just want to can I take a poll? How many of you guys are 16? Anybody 16? 16? And the reason I ask is because, these are the people, if they're driving, stay with me. But, no, I'm just kidding. Unless you don't have your license, then yeah, I'm not. But, very first day I got my license when I was 16, I got a ticket. And, anyways, at 16 is when I got turned on to Jesus, and I was the party animal guy. I was the guy that, I ran away from home when I was 15 to go find my dad because I'd been with my mom. And I'm a party animal kind of guy. I mean, I'm the guy that you would never think would ever visit church. And so a friend invited me to church. How many of you have ever invited a friend to church? See, you need to keep doing that. Even people you don't think will come. I was that guy. Like, don't ask Ron. He won't go. He's a total heathen, I'm that guy. And so a friend invites me, and I got, okay. Now, I have to tell you, not the best motives in the world. I'm thinking, well, God's cool, I'm cool, I guess we'll get along. So I'm arrogant, you can tell. I hope I'm not anymore, but I was then. So I go to church, and I got freaked out. Because I had been going to church all my life. Dead, dry, boring, petrified, regurgitated, should I go on? Those kinds of churches, man. And in fact, all my churches that I ever grew up in, I could tell they were dead churches because everybody was so old it looked like they had already died. There was a funeral dirge every Sunday, it seemed like there was a funeral every Sunday, and that's what we were going to the funeral, for the church, for everybody. And so I went to this church friend invites me to, and these people are singing out loud with their mouths. Like I've never seen anybody actually sing with their mouth before church. I just heard the dirge, the funeral dirge going real loud. And they were singing with passion. Like they were singing a love song. And I'm thinking, who do they love so much? And they were sort of all looking up towards the stage. I thought, I'm in the background. It's their pastor. They really love their pastor. And they're singing love songs to him. And they kept singing and singing and singing. I'm like, okay, you love the guy. I get it. Can we go on now? And finally I looked at the words on the screen. And then it was talking about Jesus and God and stuff. I'm like, they're singing to God. These poor people. They think God can hear them. And then all of a sudden I chills like that. I wonder if he can. Freaked me out. Never occurred to me, never crossed my mind, God might be able to hear us singing him. So then I listened to the preacher. How many of you have actually listened to a preacher before? I mean, I didn't heard it, but I did listen. And so, this guy was the first preacher I ever heard speak in English. Now, the other guy supposedly spoke in English, but they used such long words that sound like Chinese or some other language, I couldn't understand. I've never heard of something like that before. You need a dictionary to figure out what they're saying. So anyways, and it just made sense. And like, okay, I'm in. I totally commit my life to God. I get on fire for him. And nobody came up to me and said, what's your name? Kenneth. No one came up to me, Kenneth, and said, now Ron, don't you do that partying anymore. Nobody did that to me. But you know what? I stopped. Because when you have the real thing, you need the fake thing. I firmly believe when you fall in love with Jesus, you fall out of love with the world. When you have something so much better, first class, why do you need second class? How you got first class? How you got real joy? You don't need fake happiness, right? And so I stopped, and I just got on fire at 15 for Jesus, and I just stayed on fire. Not because I'm so awesome or so noble or anything. I've had made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. But you know, the reason I'm telling you all this, I think there's something in the back of our minds that says this is what Christianity looks like. If you're real high, then we fall away. If you're really close, you can't fall away. If you're hard, we do this roller coaster thing. You don't have to be on this You don't have to do this anymore. You're 13, you're 14, you're 15, 16, 17, however old you are right now. Whatever God's doing in your life this weekend, it can be a step. And then tomorrow at church, you take another step. And then the next day on Monday, you have a quiet time, you take another step. And you just keep following Jesus. This is what we do. We just keep taking steps towards Christ and following Him. And it doesn't mean you'll be perfect, but you're on a journey. You're getting closer to Him. That's what we're doing. We're on our way somewhere. We're getting closer to Jesus. We're becoming more like Jesus. How many want to be on that journey with me? Woo! No more of this thing. You don't have to do that. You don't have to. Look at somebody and say, you don't have to. You don't have to. You need to just kind of break that cycle that has told you that maybe that's just the way it is. Now, I want you to turn your attention to the screens, and what you're about to see, I just want you to see if there's anything at all familiar to you in this video. Watch this. Yes! First one of the day. That's how it's going. And once again, I'm victorious. Dude, what's going on? Aren't you getting it? What do you mean? I'm playing the game, aren't I? Well, yeah, but you're not doing as good as you could be doing. I mean, you're not fighting off the waves. Listen, dude. It's just a game. I mean, honestly, I come here every Sunday and play this. Well, yeah, you come here every Sunday, but you're not getting any better. Look, dude, I'm just a regular gamer, okay? I mean, you're super into it, like, you're really into it. And that's okay for you, man, but that's not me. You know, I come here every Sunday and I put my time in. Put your time in? That's probably why you're not improving. I mean, do you think this is like a chore? Dude, I'm just doing the same amount every other guy is doing. You know, I mean, that's okay for you. You have to hold yourself to higher standards than that. I mean, you can't just come here for once a week and then practice for a couple of hours. I'm sorry. It's not my destiny or purpose to be a great gamer, you know. You know, besides, you know, without losers there would be winners, right? Are you listening to yourself right now? Or do you call that an excuse? Yes, I just leveled up. Level 7. Now I'm even more powerful. What is that? Are you serious right now? Yeah, I mean, what's your character just do? Well, you just level up. I mean, you fight the monsters, and the more you fight, the more you level up, and the further you get in the game. I didn't know that. You've been playing this whole time, every single week, and you didn't know the whole point was to level up? No, I guess I didn't. Well, do you want to? Oh, man. Come on, level up. I'm just not ready to do that. Dude, just level up. What if I mess up? Just level